tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you.
Yeah, got a show for y'all. Got a damn good show. What up, everybody? Welcome in to Justice for Life. My co-host over there is AJot, special guest on panel tonight, Major Lee. Awesome. What's up, Major Lee?
What's up?
What up?
Can you guys hear me?
So sorry about, yeah, we got you. Sorry about being a little bit late, y'all. You know, baby things, got to take care of the baby and get her situated. AJot's still doing that right now. She'll be in. So we got another person going to be showing up here on panel before we get started in this discussion. But I guess I can welcome everybody in. Let me do that first. What's up, Frank Pants, Cat, Rogue, of course, Indiana Auditor. Here's our second person on panel. Let's bring her up.
Hello.
What's up? We got you. Everybody say hello.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Say hello to Unindoctrinated, everybody.
Hi, y'all.
So,
hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's the boss and bestie.
yeah, she's listening in. She's taking care of justice.
Bestie with the baby.
What's up, Indiana? Again, Indoctrination, Lawless, Man, Purcell, NH Mountain Girl, Johnny Bravo, C4T, Bugman, Norchester, Johnny Bravo again, and Wrights Crispy, wherever he's at. Daryl Peoples, Claudette, welcome in, you guys. Sandra. So, anyways, I had an epiphany tonight, or today, I should say. There's a lot of divide going on out here in the what's up, Brooklyn? There's a lot of divide going out here in the 1A community. And it's just, I just don't get what's going on, because I see people, and one auditor, activist, cop watcher, whatever you want to call them, is attacking another one because they don't like their style, or they don't like how they're doing their audits, or how they're doing their cop watches. And I just think that, like, is it more? I mean, what they're doing is lawful, right? But is it moral? Well, that's on you, but that doesn't mean that you have to tell everybody and make a big spectacle about it, right? Am I wrong? Anybody?
I don't know. Are you wrong?
I don't know. I mean, like, I kind of feel like if you don't like what someone's doing, and it's against your morals, but they're doing something lawful, and they're flexing their rights, I think that's still positive towards the community. So why are we being so negative? And then we all talk about freedoms. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our big thing, like freedoms
or privileges.
Right. Well, we talk about freedoms, but then everybody wants to, and I get, yeah, it's your freedom to come out and talk shit about somebody, but it's their freedom to do what they want to do too. You know what I mean? Like, and like I said, it's not unlawful, right? What do you think, Major?
I think you're spot on, buddy. I mean,
I'm not calling you Major, sir. I'm just letting you know.
That's fine. you can refer to me by my Marilyn Monroe dress I have on. But the thing about it is that the First Amendment, the right to free speech, the right to free press, this is stuff that is supposed to shock the senses, right? Because what happens is you have people that get complacent, things stay the same. In order to switch stuff up, in order to test those boundaries, we have to come out sometimes and shock the senses. A Westboro Baptist church is a perfect example of that. There's not a lot of people that agree with what they say, but everybody still agrees that they have the right to say that, and they need to have that right to say that, right? Even if they don't like the message. And that's the whole point. Rights aren't a one size fits all, right? So the way I exercise my rights might not be the way you exercise your rights, Toe, or it might not be the way armed fisherman exercises his rights.
Everybody
But-
has their own style in doing it.
Right. There's no guidebook, right?
Right.
There's no book that you can go check out of the Library of Congress that says how to exercise your rights properly, right? So, I mean, if we all have these rights, and like you said, if we're doing it legally, then there should be no question about it. I mean, now, again, some people aren't going to like that. Some people didn't like Westboro Baptist Church, and they, protested against them. And obviously, we have people that protest against us. And that's always going to go on, right? There's always going to be two sides to the coin.
So you do. So my question to you, Rogue, is what do you do, you personally, as Rogue Nation? What do you do when you watch a cop watch or an audit video and morally it goes against your morals? Like you say to yourself, well, I wouldn't do that. Like that's like, and I'm not calling no one out. I'm just saying, like filming, certain things you would be like, I wouldn't do that. That's morally against what I would do. What do you do? Do you stop? Do you
I just
stop
stopped
watching them, or what do you do?
Yeah, I just stopped watching them. It's like a TV show, right? If I'm flicking through Netflix and I'm looking for TV shows and I see a preview of one and I'm like, that's stupid. Why would anybody make a show about that? Then I keep scrolling to the next show and I watch something I want to watch. Part of the biggest mystifying thing to me is with the people that go against us is how dedicated they are to wasting their life trying to hamper my ability to legally use my right. These people have files on me. They record every live stream I do. They go over every word I speak. I mean, I would not be surprised if some are hiding in the bushes around where I live to try to get pictures of me or where I live. That's how dedicated these people are to sticking their nose into somebody who's exercising their rights lawfully. It's kind of fatal attraction almost. I mean, it's kind of weird, but again, as long as they're doing things legally, I can't say nothing about them. And that goes for any auditors too. I mean, sure, there's a lot of auditors out there I don't watch. There's a lot of auditors out there I would like to watch, but don't have time to watch. Right. So I'm not going to fill up my time with people that I don't want to watch. And I'm not going to talk about them. I'm not going to think about them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to write letters or long emails. I'm not going to create sock accounts so I can go troll them because I don't like how they're exercising their rights. I'm too busy for that stuff. Right. I got a family. I don't need to take my family time and make it troll a guy I don't like time because one, look at it.
Yeah. So, like AJ touched on something earlier.
It is what it is.
Yeah. AJ touched on something earlier when me and her was talking, and she said, like, when we're doing this in the community, like, people are going against.
Wait. Before you go there. So, what's up, Bessie? How you doing? I wanted to get your opinion. I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
you get out in the field once in a while, I believe, but you're like 100% supporter in the chats, full time. Like, what is your observation on one style, or like they're saying, whether it's a moral thing or you know what have
Yeah, I mean, I can only follow my own moral code,
you?
like
Right.
Toe and Rogue were saying. I don't really want to impose that on other people.
Hmm.
If I see something that I don't agree with, I try to think about it, not just like jump the gun on something. But if I do end up unsubscribing, which I have,
Hmm.
or deciding not to subscribe, I don't I don't blast people. Like I just that's not my thing. I will just unceremoniously unsubscribe and move on with my life. Like it's
Right.
you know,
So
I'm
yeah,
not going
the
to tell other people
blasting.
who
I
they should
mean,
watch or not watch.
hmm the blasting is childish in my opinion. And it brings divide. And we need to come together because, believe it or not, a lot of people are getting charges and doing time and that they shouldn't, in reality, shouldn't be doing. We just have such a big tyrannical government. Um, and
Yeah,
that's
and
what's
if I don't
sad.
like
And
you, that doesn't mean I want you to go to jail.
right, right. For me, when I see, if it's somebody that I like, but I might not like their style in particular, my thing is I want to bring a different perspective to a situation. Um, I'm not one who's going to go in there and yell and scream and cuss at the cop and all that. That just does to me, it doesn't do any good. It doesn't benefit. Sure, if I was a clicks and view channel, you bet your bottom, you know what I mean? That's what I would be doing. I'm not saying that I haven't been put in that situation before, but it was very morally, it was wrong for me, and I had to catch myself because I just didn't agree with it. But I was able to, in a situation, say, hey, we want people to look at our videos. We want people to listen to what we have to say. Um, so if somebody new who's not necessarily in the 1A community is scrolling through a channel or whatever, stops on yours and sees that situation going on, more than likely they're going to keep going and not even listen. The message of what we're trying to do, I think, gets lost in all of the reaction and the hustle and bustle of a engagement with an officer, right? Um, I get sometimes it's boring, if there's no, promotion, but if rights are being followed, I mean, I think that's, you know, good for us. Um, and then
Absolutely.
what I would say is, for new people that are coming in that want to be in the community or be an activist, how do we, like, for example, I know Rogue Nation has done time, doing time in the mess of time. Tyrant Hunter News, whether you like them or not, GMA is facing stuff. Just and 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 in reality, it blows my mind because it shouldn't even be in that situation, or they shouldn't have even been charged with those charges. It's one thing to take the ride, right? If you're an activist, you expect to possibly take the ride, but actually being charged with the BS that they're trying to charge people with is crazy, right? That's gonna turn people away, for sure, and less people watching or less people active being activists is bad for the community, negative for the community, I think. So, and that's kind of why I asked Toe to ask Rogue to be here, like I see people who have had charges and they kept going and they're still doing it and they're still being a part of it. How do we convince people, it's even worth it? Maybe it's not. Is it worth it to people? You know what I mean? Like, do you view possibly doing a year, let's say, for something that you should have never got charged with because it's protected by the Constitution, but our government is just so, you know what I'm saying? That it nothing can be done. Okay, I talked too much. So
No, you got it all out there. Like you took control, and I like that. That's great. Like you asked all them questions. I mean, you in that whole thing you said, you asked a couple questions, and I like to hear what Rogue has to say about like his charges and if it's doing any good, if he thinks it's if if it's hurting the community or whatnot.
As far as my charges go, I mean, we know they were false. We know it was retaliation. We know that it's possible I may win on appeal, but I'm also on felony probation. And is it worth it? And because I just went out again last week with Rice Krispie for the first time in a couple of months, and I gotta say, it felt so good to be back on the street. It felt so good to have those officers called on me out in front of Bay and deal with them, because to me this is my home turf now, right? This is where I operate at full capacity. And I gotta say, fighting for freedom, even just a little bit, right? We're not starting a revolution or nothing, right? We're just enforcing some rights that are already on the books. But I mean, it's still important, and it still feels good, and it's still something that I want my kids to know about when they grow up and understand, and see, hey, this was important. Dad didn't back down. When the time came, Dad didn't back down. It was that important to him. So it's got to be that important to us, right? So these future generations going forward, I mean, if people are just going to fold at the hint of getting arrested or even charged and doing 6 months or a year, because let's be honest, I mean, there's not really big charges they can hit us with. Unfortunately, Angry Vet got some wiretapping charges, but hopefully he'll be able to get those canceled. But most of the charges hitting on auditors are trespassing, disorderly conduct, and misdemeanors, right?
right.
Punishable by 6 years to a year, 6 months to a year in prison or in jail, excuse me. And those are reality. And if like they say, if the it's too hot, get out of the kitchen. Because this is what you could be facing, and you could be facing it quicker if you hop into auditing, not knowing what the hell you're doing, right? Watching a couple of videos for a month or two, and then picking up a camera and thinking that you're going to go out there and you're going to know all this stuff that you need to know, right? It's not going to happen. It's not going to be that way, right?
Oh, we should show that video.
Because depending on what videos you watch, you might not even have the correct information yourself.
Well, she's
right?
laughing. She's laughing because I caught a video. I want to say it was it Audit the Audit?
I don't even
last week
remember.
or something. It was I think it was Audit the Audit did a video last week, and he showcased this guy. And the guy, you could tell, he like right away when the cop come up, you could tell this guy had watched a couple auditing videos and thought he knew everything, but he screwed it all up, dude. Like majorly. Like he was telling the cops his rights, and they weren't his rights that he had. Like the cop would lawfully had him, he's telling him the cop couldn't pull him over on private property, but the cop, lit him up right before he pulled on the private property. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Like you're going to get yourself arrested, and you're actually going to catch charges, and you're going to do time. Like you need to go watch a couple more videos.
Right. And it's funny you say that because one of the new up and coming auditors here in Florida, Liberty Troll, who, by the way, has been doing great work. He's been calling me like almost daily when he goes out auditing, and he peppers me with these questions. Can I go here? Can I go there? If this happens, what should I do? If that happens, what should I do? And he did a video yesterday, and I told him, because it was a public building that wasn't per se open to the public, right? There was a key card at the door. They only took people by appointments only. It was like a healthcare type facility, a mental health facility, whatever. And the general public's just not allowed in there. They're not allowed to go in there. And I told them, I said, listen, I said, if ever there's a point in time where you come across a situation that you don't know, I said, there's no harm in backing out. No harm at all in backing out of that situation and getting yourself on firmer ground, because you don't, and I told him, I said, if you would have stayed in there and they would have came and arrested you, I said, straight up, dude, you would have lost that case. You would have been convicted, bro. So I love the fact that he's reaching out and asking these questions. And I wish more people would reach out and ask questions. I just did a video yesterday, because the video I released the day before yesterday had my Mississippi video in it, where the cops were just completely stupid. And I get these comments in the comment section. Oh, you didn't stand up for your rights, and you gave ID so fast, and yada, yada, yada. And I said, you know what? I'm going to have to sit down and break down this video so that people can understand what I was doing, right? And I understand that not everybody that watches us has studied law for 6 or 7 years and is keeping up to date on all these laws that me or Rights Crispy or any of the other folks are keeping up on. So sometimes when they see a situation, they don't quite understand what's going on there, right? And so that's what my video was about yesterday, was helping to try to bring some education, because these violations, they occur, and sometimes people don't even realize that they occur, right? The show of authority that I was talking about yesterday, where the officers surround you, and it feels like to a reasonable person that you wouldn't be allowed to leave. That's an actual detainment. Okay, they don't have to say, by the way, you're being detained. You know what I mean? There's some fantasy out there that you're just going to go out there with a camera and be like, oh, officer, am I detained? Yes, you're detained. Oh, officer, are you threatening me with arrest if I don't give ID? Of course I am. You know what I mean? Like, that shit isn't going to happen 95% of the time, right? So you have to understand when those violations are occurring, regardless if they come right out and tell you that they're occurring, right?
Right.
And then you can go from there. Then you could say, okay, this and this and this happened. I've got it on tape. It's time for me to back out of this situation, right? It's time for me to get out of here. I'm going to go home. I'm going to sleep with my wife. I'm going to kiss my kids on their forehead. I'm going to wake up with them and make pancakes, right? And I'm not going to give $5,000 to the state for a false charge, right?
Right.
Because your lawsuit at that time, a Fourth Amendment violation is a Fourth Amendment violation, right? The only difference is the duration. Right. So if you're detained, that's a Fourth Amendment violation. If you're arrested, that's a Fourth Amendment violation. The only difference is the amount of time that you're being detained. OK, and if you're in the game long enough, the more times you're arrested, the less chance you are to get money. Right. Because you can't go to the jury and be like, oh, I was just so traumatized being put in jail this 15th time, and they're looking at you like, dude, this guy's just baiting cops and trying to get lawsuits. You know what I mean? Like,
right. So you think that hurts, or what? Or that hurts us, our the end goal of what we're trying to do?
Chats and they want.
Oh, you're going in and out, Rogue.
Am I?
Now
you hear me?
Yeah,
you're
you're popping.
Am I better now?
Your intro web.
Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Can you hear
because
me?
it's my computer. I'm in the back room. Yeah, I can hear you guys fine.
Okay.
I kind of lost
Go
my
ahead.
train of thought there, though. I was rambling on.
Yeah, right. Well, hey, let's pop it over to Unindoctrinated, because that
I
that
remember
was
what
the
I was
whole.
talking about.
Yeah, that was the whole synopsis of the show, was to have, activists, cop watchers, auditors, whatever you call it, and have, supporters, just people that really don't go out and film, but support the people, the activists, to see their views on these points. So, Unindoctrinated, what do you think?
What's the question?
What was the question, Ajat? That was your question originally.
Well, you had asked Road if the whole lawsuit situation detours people's outlook or view.
There you go. So you're a supporter. What do you think?
So, do I think if you go to trial,
It appears that you are, I think this is what he's asking, if it appears that you are an activist who seems to be one of those who are actually wanting the lawsuit and all that stuff, or active being a, mute your mic, dear. I can hear myself. Or you're acting that you are doing what you're doing just for the money, basically, is a simple way to say it.
like, okay, so when I'm watching people, I generally don't think that because I don't. It's just hard for me to fathom like somebody would want to go to jail.
Or do you
Like
think that lawsuits, just the whole aspect of an auditor going through and following through with their lawsuit, deters other people who are watching, away? Yeah.
people that go through with their lawsuit, I wouldn't think so. I think most people want to see follow through from the auditors. I think that's important to a lot of people. Like, uh, how are you making change if you don't ever follow through with complaints or,
hmm
getting body cam footage or, if you can going through a lawsuit, which, I don't expect that everybody can do that money wise, or, some people like aren't going to have the legal mind like Rogue has that can figure out how to do it pro se. It might be more difficult for them to try to figure out how to do it pro se. And if you don't have money, and if you don't have another thing, finding a lawyer that's willing to take your case can be difficult, from what I understand. So I want to see some kind of follow through, a revisit. I love a revisit, filing a complaint, records requests. Yeah, all that stuff is important to me as a watcher. Getting an update on, you see a video and it's horrendous and a terrible thing happens, and then you never hear anything else about it again. Did they file complaints? You don't know what happened in the end. Did they get charged? Did they go to court? Did it get dismissed? Did they take a deal?
And that's a good point, because you get a lot of that. You get a lot of. I've noticed that too in my time. You get a lot of. Oh, I'm gonna go file a complaint tomorrow on this guy, such and such Smith, badge number, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? But you never hear, did he file a complaint? Did something happen? Like, it's very few and far between that you actually hear that someone filed a complaint or someone went back for a records request. You know what I mean? Like, I see a lot of videos where they're like, oh, I want records request. I want everybody's salary that works in this office, and their time and start dates, and excuse
Right.
me, and all that. But then you never hear, hey, did you get that records request? And, you don't even have to show it, but did you get it? Like, where did it go?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or did you just do that for the camera and that was the end of it? Like I know there is auditors out there that go get the records requests, go get body cams because they do put them out. You know, hey, look, I got this body cam today. I know Rogue is one of them. Great Lakes Audits is definitely one of them. If he puts in a request or a body cam footage or something like that, he lets people know when he gets them. If he doesn't, or whatever. So,
Right.
but you got a lot
Honor
of
your
these
oath.
guys. Yeah. Yeah.
He always gets the body cams. He does updates, you know.
Right. Chuck Bronson, when he says he's going to do it, he does do it. I mean, he goes live doing it half the time. You know, picking it up, paying in coins.
Right. Right. Yeah, and those are great. I love to see that.
And Manuel Mata, okay, Manuel, I see you, buddy.
Hey, it's good to see you, Manuel. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Manuel.
And yeah, right, Crispy too. We all know Crispy Nation. But I guess I want to get back up a little bit about the so my thing is
Back it up.
back it up a little bit because now we're going into territory about body cams and records requests and all that. But my thing I wanted to talk about was the main thing, the reason why I had this live stream is is going after an auditor going after another auditor just because they don't like their style or something to that effect. To me, that's as a, because I don't call myself an auditor, a cop watcher, an activist. I still call myself a supporter. I just every once in a while have the chance to go out and film, so I do it, you know, and I try to flex my rights. But I learned all this from everybody in here, all these people that are in the chats, and people on my panel. I've learned all these different rights from these people, but my thing is like I feel like we're being divided and no one's starting to see it, but they're just like one auditor is attacking another auditor when that auditor, if they just don't like what they're doing or don't like it morally in their eyes, then just don't watch. But another auditor out filming lawfully and asserting his rights, that auditor, is he any better than you or anybody else or you know or any less? I don't think so. Like he's still standing up for our rights, and I think you don't necessarily have to go over there and hit the like and all that, but uh at least not down the person, I guess is what I'm saying, because that makes us all look bad because they're like, oh, look at all this infighting. These guys are stupid. You know what I mean? You got this idiot over here filming this, and then you got this idiot over here filming that. And that's the way I think people look at it that don't know, you know, that as we say, aren't their eyes ain't open yet, you know. And if we want to get more people to have their eyes open, we need to stand together, right? I don't know.
Right. And
Yeah.
can you guys hear me good? Because
Yes.
Okay. Because there's some comments made in chat, and there's some things that need to be addressed. Mike says a lot of people on YouTube's doing it for money. Claiborne says, we need to be held accountable. And you know, here's the thing with most of that and all of that. You know, people are going to do what they're going to do, right? And even if we say, hey, this person needs to be held accountable, and if the guy's obviously a registered sex offender, I mean, he needs people need to know that so they don't go out filming with the guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Stuff like that. But I mean, as far as anything else goes, I mean, it's
we need more unification, not separation.
Right. But here's the thing. It's because of the different styles, there's always going to be separation, right? There's always going to be, and you'll see it. You Go to Long Island Audit's comment section. Everybody in there saying he's the best. Go to Bay Area Transparency. Everybody in his comment section saying the
Shout
best.
out, baby.
Yeah, go to Jeff Gray's comment section. Everybody there saying he's the best. So, I mean, everybody's got different styles and opinions. So there's already a natural split as far as that goes. And if some auditor that's high up there, weaponizes his subscribers against another auditor, I mean, that's definitely bad. But to me, nothing is going to affect my mission, right? This isn't, people are looking at YouTube like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. The people on the street need to continue with their mission no matter what the cost. No matter if 5 people watch you, no matter if 5 million people watch you. You had a mission when you started this, then get to it. Now, if you're for entertainments and clicks and stuff like that, then I get to see how another YouTuber, putting you down would affect you. But as far as I'm concerned, nobody has to like me. You know what I mean? Nobody has to enjoy my content. I still need to keep my government accountable.
Right. It's for the cause.
They still need to be looked after, no matter if anybody likes me. Right, absolutely. So when people come to me and say, oh, well, you think this will hurt you? Or, a while back when everybody was talking about and giving LIA crap about his letter, I told them, I said, look, that letter isn't going to affect me one damn bit. It's not going to affect me at all. And I feel the same way if someone was to come out and be like, oh, I don't like the way Rogue Nation gives his ID or, files his lawsuits or, he's not doing it for the right reasons or, whatever they have to say about me. I mean, I don't care. I'm going to brush it off. I'm going to sleep well at night and I'm going to do what I have to do. That is the reason I started it, and again, I guess if you started YouTube because you wanted to become famous and you wanted to get a whole bunch of friends and, try to make some money, then that kind of shit is detrimental to you. Absolutely. But I mean, to me, again, it's about the mission, and because we gather audiences, it makes our mission easier, right? Obviously, it's better to have 500 people emailing the senator than 5. So
right.
I mean,
like truth be told said, exposure.
Right, but if you're doing good work, people are going to gravitate to you. I mean, I've grinded out 100,000 people in like 5 years. Long Island did it in like 5 months, right? But I grinded them out. I made my subscribers understand what I'm doing. This isn't entertainment, right? This is change. Change takes time. Change is pain, right? Change is pain.
I like that.
Change.
And I can touch on a quick
Pain
story.
will change people's way of thinking. So I had to grind out.
Ro, you there? I think he's got a delay because his internet's a little wonky.
Yeah, you said something.
No, I was saying I was going to bring up a quick story. There's someone in the chat, and I'm not going to mention no names, point no elbows, but I'm just going to tell the quick story. And AJOP brought this to my attention, or no, actually Heather Holt brought this to my attention earlier today. So there's someone in our chat. He was not a fan of another certain auditor / activist in the community that a lot of people aren't, right? And he had some personal dealings with this person and they had a falling out. So then he became not a fan. He even made a couple videos of it. But then this so-called person that people aren't a lot of big fan of got arrested unlawfully. And this person was the bigger man. This activist, auditor, cop watcher was the bigger man and came out with a video and said, hey, it's not my favorite person in the world, but you know what? He was arrested unlawfully, and I can't stand for that. And this certain auditor activist actually caught a lot of flack in the community for doing that. And I just didn't understand that. I'm just like, really? Are we that petty that we can't set our differences aside and be like, hey, man, even though I think that guy is a douchebag, he still got arrested unlawfully, and that's not right.
Right. I
We
mean,
got to
absolutely.
pause for the cause, in that situation. Pause your differences for the cause.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, an
Absolutely.
unlawful arrest is an unlawful arrest. No, no matter who it's to. It doesn't matter if it's a citizen on the street that you just happen to see the video on YouTube. It could be your grandmother. It doesn't matter. An unlawful arrest is something that should never be tolerated. Again, no matter how much you dislike the person for whatever reason, like I said, there's people I wouldn't watch. But I will absolutely stand up for their right to do what they do as long as it's legal.
Exactly. But but that's what I'm saying is that's the divide in this community is that people would attack this certain somebody, or not attack them, but quit supporting him, or just be like, oh, I can't believe he did that. You know what I mean? When all he was doing was pointing out the obvious that that person got arrested unlawfully.
What are you
Right.
confused about, Harvey?
And hey, I mean, I am going to drop the link. We're going to drop the link here and open up the panel for any activists or supporters that want to come up and want to give their 2 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents. I don't care how many cents. I need diapers. So you can say it was me. Okay, I'll say it was you. It was Great Lakes Audits, and everybody remembers. And I even say the other auditor because I'm not scared. I even made a funny video about him, and his name's Chile. But when Chile got
Chile got
arrested,
arrested.
well, this was months back. But yeah, we had a little echo there. So when Chile got arrested at that time, him and Great Lakes had a falling out, right? And so he wasn't a big fan. Great Lakes wasn't a big fan of Chile. And I'll drop the StreamYards link here in a minute if Great Lakes wants to come up and talk about it himself or tell the story. But anyways, when Chile got arrested, Great Lakes looked at it and was like, that's not right, which it wasn't. It was an unlawful arrest. So Great Lakes made a video and even said, hey, look, this ain't my favorite person and blah, blah, blah. But, this is unlawful and they can't do that. Like he said a couple messages ago, right is right and wrong is wrong. But he was man enough to come out here on YouTube and say that. And a whole bunch of people quit supporting Great Lakes over that. And I don't get it.
Well, people are finicky. The public's very finicky. And, again, to me, I question if those people actually supported him in the first place, right? Just like we all know Mark Stout legalized drugs.
Mm-hmm.
He switched over to the other side. My question of that is, was he ever on our side? I don't think he was, right? Because for someone to change their beliefs like that quickly over something so petty, to me, it signals that the beliefs weren't, strong with them anyway, right? They didn't hold on to that belief particularly well. And, maybe they were a snake in the grass to begin with. Like I said, I've gained and lost probably as many subs as I've got. I probably lost 100,000 subs while gaining my 100,000 subs because people will come to me and they'll see my content and they'll think, oh, well, he doesn't tell the cops to F off, or, he lets these cops violate his rights. I've had to have made probably 10 different videos explaining my methods over the years, and my methods haven't changed. They've been consistent since day one. And people, I got people in my comment section today watching that video from yesterday saying, well, why'd you give up your rights? And I'm like, dude, just go watch my latest video. Or if not, go find the other 10 that I've made that describe my methods and why I do what I do. It's not like I didn't come out and tell people this, and I haven't told people this all along the way. So yeah, like Big Wes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Big Wes, he was never on our side. He looked at it and said, oh, maybe I can make some money off this. There's some people out there that are lucky enough to make money off it, so maybe I'll jump in and I'll make some money off it. And when he found out that, you know, he wasn't as smart as he thought he was, and he couldn't make, you know, quick money doing it. It was actually, you know, hard work to even get anywhere doing this. Then he kind of bowed out, because it's so much easier to take any one of the auditors' videos and to play it, and then to say, you know, every 30 seconds, say something like, "This guy's stupid. I can't believe this idiot." You know what I mean? And then throw it up and make a couple of bucks off of it. It's so much easier than to go out there and actually make change yourself. You know what I mean? I'll let those guys do it, Big West says. I'll sit at home playing video games in my mom's basement, and I'll just take their videos and I'll put a couple words over it and call it fair use.
Thanks, Stone Gun. Thank you, buddy. You didn't have to, but thank you very much. So, Unindoctrinated, you've been sitting there listening, and we've been hogging the mic. So, what do you think about all that?
Yeah, I think that I don't think people have to take an arrest. I think I respect everyone that goes out and tries to do it. I do think that you should know enough to know that you probably don't know enough when you're starting. And you should probably listen to Rogue. I mean, if you listen to his videos, he lays so much law out there and so much information in the panels that he does, and explaining the videos, and, you know, what he's doing or what other people are doing that works and doesn't work. And I think it's scary to go out and do. You know,
100%, Daniel Maya, for real. I mean, yeah.
So I mean, I support, I guess, because I'm scared. I can honestly say that I've never been arrested, and I don't want to be arrested. You know, I feel like you know, everybody's losing so much when they get arrested. They'll take your whole life, things you've worked your whole life for, and you can lose
But
it all.
yes, well, and that's, you know, I hate to see big names and you know, people getting illegally arrested and illegally charged with stuff. It's very discouraging, but at the same time, it's we have to keep going. Like Rick said, change, you know, doesn't happen overnight. It's something we have to keep going at. Um,
It has
people
made me
people
start
need
doing
to
records
learn.
requests here.
Well, that too. People need to learn. Well, one of the reasons I'm doing it is because I'm sitting here thinking, you know, of my kids and where things are going to be at when they're my age, you know, and I'm just like, something that is supposed to be a right, you know, freedom of speech is slowly becoming a government privilege. You know, that's what they're trying to turn it into, and it's pathetic and it's horrible.
It is, and you know, I'm scared for my son too, and you know, I've had a lot of talks with them about what to do in different scenarios. Um, Mostly keep your mouth shut is, you know, my number one advice. You don't talk, and tell them that you're, you know, invoking your Fifth Amendment right, and you know, before it was, you know, they need to call your parents, but he's just turned 18. And I don't know if he would know what to do. Anyone?
Yeah, I think Toad just crashed. His computer just crashed.
Oh no.
He'll be back. Uh,
Uh-oh.
Toad said,
SpaghettiOs.
Illinois. Thank you. I got you, John.
Tommy Wood in the house. John, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Rogue, how's it going? How you doing on Unindoctrinated? Hey,
Hey, John.
Yeah,
Hello.
How are you, John?
not bad. How's baby Justice?
She's doing the best she can. That little booger, she's sick. I ended up taking her to the emergency room. They said bronchitis, but we took her to the pediatrician today. He thinks it's more RSV. I've been sick. You can kind of hear it in my voice. So it's just been, but I'll tell you, at that little booger face, man, she's so sick and sounds so pathetic, but she still smiles and laughs, and she's just, so it's just like, oh. But
There you
she's
go.
hanging in there. She's gonna be 3 months. She's just under 11 pounds now, so she's getting them little, chunky thighs with the rolls.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. So I actually had a couple of questions and maybe a couple of comments, really. But one of the things that you were discussing was, the whole pro se argument. And, I think that's kind of a starting to become a moot argument now, because last year, and I posted it, I think, in the comments, about 76% of the cases that went into the court system last year, they actually were pro se litigants, and they were coming out winning. So
Oh,
people
wow.
are starting to pick up the law books. They're starting, and I'm not just, I'm talking like tickets and some minor crimes that you could, probably get away with, like basic shoplift and stuff like that. Not that it's anything decent that you should be doing, but these are the things that they're fighting and they're winning. So I think that if more people start filing pro se, I think that would be it would be much better for the community, because you see a lot of guys out there that their rights are getting violated, and they don't want to file because they can't find a lawyer.
I got you.
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hi.
There we
Yes,
go.
I can hear you.
Yes.
I got no. My audio is terrible. Hold on. Okay, how about now?
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like, someone
better.
needs to say something. I can't hear shit. How's it going, everybody? How's the baby?
She's hanging in there. She's sick right now, but we're pushing through it.
Oh,
So
I'm
she's
sorry. How
okay
you
though.
doing? You doing all right?
I'm doing all right. I'm on the end of mine, so she's in the middle of hers. So
That sucks. That's
yeah.
like one of the worst feelings as a parent when the kid gets sick and they're just miserable. Like, I can't do anything. I want to take it away from you right now, but I can't. It
Mhm.
sucks.
Well, and her voice is like worse than mine. So when she's crying, you hear this little, and it's like, oh.
That sucks so bad. Why is my audio so shitty?
You have a shitty phone. I don't know.
It's the truth. Oh my god! If you had only had the time, I could tell you what this stupid phone's been doing to me. My times are freezing up. It'll be 10:47 for 3 hours, and all of a sudden it kicks into the right time. Yeah, it's a piece of junk. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Let's see.
I pinned the StreamYard. I pinned the StreamYard link in Tow for Life. I need to do an entire Hunter News. But so I guess what I wanted to get back to real quick, I wanted to finish one thing with Unindoctrinated. You guys can hear me, right? After my computer crashed. Okay. One thing I wanted to get back to with Unindoctrinated real quick was as a supporter and really not being out filming and stuff like that. What you think new people coming into this community when they start watching these videos and then they see someone like one auditor drop a video about I brought his name up again, and a lot of people make videos about him, so I'll use him again, like Chile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's not a great look. I don't know. Some people like drama. Maybe they would like it. It's not. I don't watch stuff like that normally. Try not to anyway. Um,
Well, not for the people that want
yeah.
drama. It's more for the people that actually want change and want.
Unindoctrinated is a chick.
Yeah, you didn't
You're
know
a
that?
chick. You're a chick.
Joe, you
Where
didn't
you
know
been,
that?
You're late to the party, Joe.
I bet you some
and
studious dude. Nice to meet you.
Listen, Joe, she's
Hey,
been
Joe.
hiding from you, buddy. She knows your womanly ways, buddy. She's been hiding from you.
I talk to her all the time in chat. She always say bright shit. I see her everywhere, and I just imagined I had something in my head that looked like some dude who might play Call of Duty or something. I don't know.
Evening, Joe.
Definitely not.
Who else up? Let me zoom in. Rogue. So, Daddy, hey, John, you look like you cold as fuck. Great Lakes is up here. John is up here. All right. Show you how much attention I've been paying. I was talking to somebody.
And we also got Joe Not So Cool in the house, y'all.
Yes. Hey. If you don't want no smoke, man, I'm telling you, Joe.
Joe is tall as fuck, and he's got a reach like you would not believe.
Don't forget,
you,
Joe. I've already seen you. I sized you up, dog. I got a step stool, dog. We can get it, bro.
Oh fuck!
Need a damn ladder.
So was that you called me something in chat, man?
Yeah, the other day I said Joe Not So Cool.
Oh, Joe Not So Cool.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I was just messing with you, man. I told you, I said nothing but love for you, Joe.
You did.
Listen, I love Joe. I love Joe, but he's got a weakness. Listen, this is how you take down Joe Cool. Tall as hell dude, right? You drop a bag of weed in front of him. He bends over.
He's short as fuck. He's
done. He's done.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. All you got to do is tell Joe, say, "Hey, man, I was walking back there and I dropped a bag of weed. I don't know where it's at, boy. He'd be like a hound dog over there looking for it."
Yeah. Hey, what was you cats talking about? I don't know. I missed everything, and I don't know if the version I came up here was something about Chile. Is what you cats saying?
Well, I brought Chile up because of Great Lakes and what happened, the debacle that what happened and how Great Lakes lost subs when he put a video out saying that even though him and Chile aren't friends no more, that Chile got arrested. When he got arrested, that he was arrested unlawfully. And then a whole bunch of people were mad at Great Lakes because he made that video and stopped.
Wait, what did I miss? He put out a video says someone got arrested unlawfully. I missed
that. Chile got arrested in Vegas. Yeah, Chile got arrested in Vegas for recording a traffic stop. And Nevada law actually is Nevada law that says you cannot interfere with or request they stop recording you. And he got arrested for recording the traffic stop. They called it interference. He wasn't interfering. So I put a video out about that. And
Sounds logical, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong. I don't give a shit, who you are, what you do. Right is right, wrong is wrong.
You shit for pointing out. Are you
Bro,
shitting me?
I have one of them.
Pointing that out?
I have a large channel that messaged me, unfriended me, and said that he was going to send pizza and accommodation to this police department for arresting Chile. How can we scream about our rights being protected when we're allowing somebody else's to be violated? That is not right.
Right.
Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about is how this community lately, you have one auditor because they don't like somebody's style and they don't like what they film and who they film. And instead of just being like, hey, look, it's lawful what they're doing. And they are flexing their rights. So, but morally to me, that's not what I would do. So I'll just quit watching. Instead, they make videos and talk shit about that person out here in the community. And I just don't think it's right, man.
I
Like, we're
think there's
not.
a lot of fairness. The same way you call a cop out, you can call out your guy if you think he makes a misstep. And certainly, I've done it with my friends. I troll them and shit when I think they make missteps. You know, yeah. I
Yeah,
fucking gave
you gotta call
I gave
you gotta call out
Yeah,
Roman
laziness
but
too.
shit. I
but do
gave
you
out
do you make a
what's
video though? Do you come out and make a
I made
video
a
and be like,
video about talking about Nick got soft. Yes, and Nick called me. He was like, "Damn, Joe, I just saw the vid. Damn, bro." I was like, "Yeah, man. You know, yeah, yes. I thought he got soft down there with them cops in Lauderdale." And yeah, I told him and I made a video for it. And in the video, I'm like, "No, nigga, you done got soft, man. Stop believing this shit." Well, and then he was like, "But you're absolutely right. I got too friendly with them niggas," and he was sided with me.
See, there we go, Toe. The show's over because Joe Cool just does everything that you're talking about we shouldn't do. No, I'm just kidding.
right?
Yeah, I was about to say, what the fuck did I do?
See,
Damn.
Yeah, I
No,
called out.
go ahead, bro. Go
Uh,
ahead.
Go ahead, Rob.
I was gonna say Joe's called me out on my videos too, but about the same
Yes,
thing that I talked about when to take an arrest, when to provide ID,
yes,
stuff like that.
constantly I give him shit about that. L panels everywhere. I give him shit about that.
Right,
Yes,
but Joe also listens to people, right? Because I've
yes,
talked with Joe and I've taken him back and I've shown him the follow up and what happens afterwards and
yes,
stuff like
yes.
this.
And I've
But
converted,
me,
right? I've made videos about, Rome
right,
did good after I talked all that shit about him. I had to make a video saying I was wrong. That man, that follow-up game is strong. He went to the mayor. I had to make a video about that shit after I talked shit about him.
yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, we're supposed to be a community that pushes each other to do better, right?
Yes,
That's
yeah.
the whole point. But what we're also not realizing is that we're not in a closed environment, right? So now people are picking up cameras and they're calling themselves auditors, and then we're supposed to be responsible for
Oh, I dig it.
actions
Right,
or
right,
how they
right.
go out and how they exercise their
Yes.
rights. And like I said before, I'm not a part of that. Like, my mission is my mission, right? I love everybody that I've met in the community. All my subscribers are awesome people, and these people have been with me for years, and they know how, you know what I mean? They know how I operate and stuff like that. But, the mission at the end of the day is still the mission, right? And what we need to do is we need to vote, and we need to vote with our time and with our money. If somebody's not doing something that we don't like, then just stop watching them. Stop.
Yes, yes. Jump off. Yes, agreed. We
But
also
in the
need to
same
stop
respect, if
being.
they're
Go
in the
ahead.
Right,
same
just like with
respect, if they're putting out misinformation,
politics, dude. Just
Yeah. What do you mean if they're putting out
then try
misinformation?
to
Am I
correct them
fucking
on
in
it,
there?
right?
Okay, go ahead. Yes, that's what I would
Like
think. You try to
sometime when
correct it on it. Yeah.
an auditor, said to a cop that he was violating the Third Amendment, right? Because he was standing
Yeah.
too close to him. Misinformation like that.
Right.
But
stuff like that's an innocent
and then,
mistake.
we
Yes, and I
right,
tell them,
right, and
I'd certainly be like, yeah, motherfucker, I saw you said Third Amendment. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
but people don't like being corrected,
Yes,
right?
Right.
that's what it is.
And
Sensitivity.
then sometimes it sets it off, and then all
Yes.
of a sudden you got this guy that you tried to correct making a video about you.
Yes.
And that's what Toe's talking about. But we have to understand that this is always going to occur because people
Yes.
are petty, right? Just
Yes.
because I picked up a camera doesn't mean I'm not a petty dickhead, right?
Right.
Just because I'm a
Right.
subscriber to Great Lakes Audit doesn't mean I'm a petty dickhead, right? I'm
Right.
still a petty dickhead,
Say
right?
that.
And I'm gonna do my petty shit.
The bigger
And
you
that's
get, the
the
more
way.
those petty motherfuckers you might run into.
Well,
And the more
I was
motherfuckers
a petty dickhead recently about Audit the Audit. And the only reason I made the video is because I have been actively digging into this specific incident with Circleville Police Department, and their canine being released on a guy that was giving up to Highway Patrol. And all he did was use different news articles that were fed information by the police, had a ton of inaccuracies within it, and a whole
Really?
bunch of missing context. And instead of making one, I'm not even joking, one email got me enough information to correct his entire video without going into in-depth
Wow.
detail.
You made a
But
video about that?
Yeah, I did actually go into in-depth detail, or like my investigation into it. It's still going on. I'm still getting stuff from Highway Patrol about
Right.
it all, including all 5 911 calls, not just the 3 the news knew about. All the videos from everybody, this officer's history with the other department and why he felt they turned their back on him when he was fired originally. There's so much more to it that one email would have corrected the mistakes in what he did.
Was
And then,
it the
he's got
clown who
He's got
said that?
2.4 million subs, and
Yeah.
there's 2.4 million people getting the wrong information. And when you do
John,
that, huh?
John Felix has issues with that cat too, Audit the Author. He's been saying he has shortcomings and shit. I never really got into it. Pro cop
Yeah, and it's
type shit.
okay. And it's okay to take a news article and make a story of it. That's fine. But just like we want the news to vet the information, sometimes we have to vet it ourselves. And a simple email corrected a whole bunch. Just like with Chile, I made a video. I was going to put one out on Chile, screwing up, some of the information on the lady, Takaya Young, that was shot and killed near Columbus. Instead, I called him and I sent him all the stuff that I already had because I was looking into that too. And if it's in Ohio, I'm digging into it hard. I mean,
if I
hard.
think it's gonna hurt somebody, I'll call them and get up with them, give them my attention, and you cats will never know about it. If I think it's
that's what I did with Chile. Here it is. Yep.
What a man should be able to take in public, motherfucker, don't be sensitive. I also feel like that. If I literally thought it would hurt you or something, I wouldn't, fucking make a vid about some shit just to, I don't know. I wouldn't pull that one.
Yeah, I had it ready to go. I'm like, no, this could be done a different way. It doesn't need to be drama. Here, send me information. And I literally sent him every piece of information, forwarded the emails from all the different departments with all the videos and everything in it so it could be corrected because this woman was murdered.
Did he
flat out murdered. Absolutely. Yeah, we talked for about an hour about it. And I went up on his channel afterwards. We've squashed the beef that we had. I've dropped the charges against them. I mean,
wait. That's why you lost subs and shit. Motherfuckers don't like you hanging with Chile.
I lost those back when he got arrested in Vegas a couple months ago because I said the cop was wrong for arresting him.
Okay, that was a different.
And then I have had a telecommunication charge sitting on Chile from him harassing me for over like 72 hours. It was just persistent weird times and stuff like that, and I was just sick of it. And he was making some dumbass shit. He was stressed. I was stressed. And life is hard. Enough as it is. Without
and then
making it harder for you.
Got back friends.
Yeah, we're cordial.
Well, being cordial, that will do it though, right? Because Chile has so many people that don't like him. As long as you were going against him, they would have loved you. The moment you became peaceful, which is what men should do, they're gonna be like, "Fuck is you doing?" And
I got a ton of hate. I got a ton of hate mail. And someone that's got several 100,000 subs, actually 3 channels with over 100,000 subs each, one with over 300,000. Called me up and was like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" Like, you know what? It is what it is. This is my life. I don't need to be drama this, drama that, all the stress. If we can get the correct information out, fuck the beef, fuck the drama, get the correct information out so people can see that these police are doing some shady shit. These government agencies are doing some shady shit, screwing people over left and right.
That's the way I look at it, right? As I think Rogue was saying, whoever, one of you cats was saying, maybe it was told, other people, I think it was told, live your life, let other people live their life. That's their philosophy. It was Rogue. That we're all different types of people, so-and-so. So Chile is going to be Chile anyway. I don't have any control over that. So I'm just thinking, hey, you could have picked the worst motherfucker. Chile knows the laws. He ain't scared. He got his griftisms and shit, but it could have been someone with no law skills out there grifting motherfuckers, man. It could have been worse. That's how I feel about that shit, man. That motherfucker, at least he's motivated, so-and-so. Yeah, Joe. Man, that motherfucker ain't scared to pick up a camera. He ain't scared to get in the cop's face, man. He ain't scared. He knows the laws. He's out there trying to educate. He put more work than the other 10 motherfuckers. Yes, he's sensitive as a fuck. Yes, agree.
Yeah, you can put 10 people up there and they don't have the balls that he does to get in these cops' faces.
Hey,
and,
Joe.
A lot of them are like,
do you really
arrest me
feel?
then. How many people say arrest me?
How do you really feel about that, Joe? I'm just
Right.
But look at it. How many people have the balls to get up there and see someone being treated wrong in person, live in person, and call them out for it? Very few people do.
And
Yes.
so and I didn't want to turn this into Great Lakes Chili show, you know what I mean? But I guess the point I was trying to make was that if we can't just put our differences aside and know that, like Great Lakes said, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong,
Right.
and this petty bullshit that we got going on and intermingling in this community with everybody making videos about other auditors and other cop watchers and all that. I don't do that. There's plenty of cop watchers and auditors out there that I don't follow.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I don't like what they do morally. In the way I was raised,
Right.
I'm a Catholic, and I'm not scared to say it. Whatever. I don't go to church, but I'm still a Catholic. That's how I was raised. And some of this stuff morally to me is, I'm just like, man, I'm like, that's bad. That's in bad taste or bad form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what you're
But
supposed to do.
what
You
they're
don't
doing
like
is
it, you
what they're
change the
doing is
channel.
lawful. So I don't go out and make a video about it, and I don't go
Right.
come on this panel. As you can see, I only
Right.
brought up Chile and Great Lakes because Great Lakes was here, and I know, it's his story. He can speak it, and I didn't say nobody's name until Great Lakes said, "Go ahead, Toe. You can tell him it was me." But so that's what I don't do. I don't come up and I don't bring up people's names and all that,
But
because
we
it's
ain't got control of what other motherfuckers do. Everybody's
right.
individual. Some people are weird. What we can do is don't react. I can't make control of myself. I don't make videos about motherfuckers and try to cause trouble. That's all I can do.
And you know how
Well,
many
I mean,
videos have been put
Right.
out with inaccuracies about my criminal case that it's just like, don't feed the attention. You just don't feed
Yes.
it, and it goes away.
right.
Right. And
Yeah.
not only that, but like Joe was saying, people are gonna be who they are. So no matter if we like it or if we don't like it, right?
Right.
And the same thing with misinformation. I mean, if misinformation is an issue, I mean, we're on the losing end of that battle, because out of the billion YouTube channels, probably
Yes, of course we are.
999 million are putting out
Right.
misinformation. The History
Mhm.
Channel's putting out misinformation. The
Nowadays,
Science
So
Channel,
fucking
the
true.
learning
but
channel, right?
every police department YouTube's putting out misinformation. I mean, we're swamped
Yes.
with
Yes.
misinformation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
It's
pertinent
gonna
on the
happen.
people that come to us, that we instruct them and say, hey, there's a lot of misinformation out there, but how do you tell misinformation is that you got to clear away some of the beliefs that people have, right? People need
Right.
to understand and realize that before you can learn anything, or before you should have learned anything, you should have learned how your mind works. And if you're
Yes.
sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, I don't really know how my mind works, I can't explain how information makes it from a piece of paper into my eyeballs, into my brain, and out my mouth as a theory. If I can't articulate that process, I should probably find out, right? Because if I'm intaking information and I don't know how it's happening, then it's probably not happening to my benefit, right?
Right. It's
You almost have to
yeah.
get analytical with it.
You absolutely do. You
Yeah.
absolutely do. I mean,
Right.
this is where they've got us, right? Because it starts there. It starts in our
With
brain.
the
It starts in our
information.
mind. Right. Why do people not like cop watchers? It's their beliefs, right? And where did these beliefs come from? It came from the public school system, and they got beat in their head for 12 years. So they're nice and deep and entrenched, right? And you're not just gonna pop into a mofo and be like, hey, you're wrong, right?
Free your mind.
Everything,
Poof. Yeah.
everything you've ever known is
It's
wrong, and he's gonna
wrong.
be like,
Poof. Right.
oh, I see your point. Okay, so
Wow.
they're not gonna do
You're
that.
right, bro.
Right. So the people that come to us, they're looking for information. They're looking for truth. We
Yes.
have a platform where we could tell them, look, and it's not my truth, and it's not Joe Cool's truth. It's your own truth. You got to find your mind and how it works, and you'll be able to decipher all of that, and everybody will come, because
Yes.
the truth is the same. right? The truth
Yes.
isn't, it doesn't fluctuate. The truth is the truth, right? And it's our beliefs that don't align with the truth that puts us on one side or the other side, right?
Yeah, your beliefs alter your perception.
Exactly. So when we
So,
all can think clearly, then we'll all see the truth,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
But right now, there's people that can't think correctly, right? Because the government loves us and the government cares about us, and they have all these beliefs that the government was so happy to provide to them for free. Back in the day, public school. Now it costs you, $5 for a damn crayon, but
That's an
somebody's up.
expensive snack.
Look at that sweet
Somebody's
baby.
up. Yep.
That's age that damn kid. Look.
Say hey.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Look at it, yeah.
It's like
Oh, she's so
fixated.
cute.
That's awesome.
I make beautiful babies. I'm just saying. I'm just letting y'all know.
True
If
that.
y'all didn't know, Topher Life makes beautiful babies. I'm just
They
saying.
do say, look,
So I'm
skip a generation.
Yeah. So, and that's right there. That picture is why we need to get that correct information, right? We need to pass that on to our kids, right? I tell my kids, I say, don't believe anything anyone says. And they say, Dad, don't believe anything you said. I said, hell no, don't believe anything I say. What the hell's wrong with you, kid?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because more than likely I'm wrong, right? And more than likely we're all wrong. So we shouldn't be out there acting like experts, especially to our children. My buddy has what he calls Danny facts, right? Because he's grown up with a stepfather named Danny.
Okay, Danny facts. Okay.
He has Danny facts, right? So when as a kid, as he's growing up, as kids do, they ask their parents questions, right? And Danny's his stepdad. So he asked Danny all these questions about life and how things work and everything like that. And now he's like 50 years old, and me and him are talking, and he's telling me, he's like, yeah,
how those Danny facts holding up now.
yeah, exactly. It's like he had all these Danny facts. I was like, what the hell are those? Well, he said he would tell me this shit as a fact, and in fact, the shit was wrong.
Right.
But as children, we take what our parents say as the truth.
Yeah.
Right? And we don't even think about it. Why would my mother or father tell me something that was wrong? It never comes into our mind. Maybe they didn't know they were wrong.
They just normal folk.
Mother and father taught them.
How wrong are you wrong every day? You right? They just normal fucking people, right?
So
yeah, I challenge my kids to question things, but with respect. And if you don't know, if you have a hard time with it, if you think it's wrong, do some research. Go look into it. See what you can find about it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm usually not wrong about if I'm adamant about it. I'm pretty certain I got the answer for this. But if you don't believe me, go look for yourself. And they do sometimes.
A good way to be. I like to say that I don't speak up about a topic unless I know something about a topic, right? Because I'm going to learn more by listening than I am by talking about something I don't really get a freaking clue about.
Because you can talk yourself into believing the wrong information very easily.
Absolutely.
And what we're talking about concepts is it's important to study, blah blah blah. But I don't want anybody to start being afraid of being wrong. Don't let that be a fear. If you're gonna be good at something, you're gonna be wrong often, a bunch of times, right? Before you get good at it. Right. Somebody was saying the first running back who won a trophy or whatever, he wasn't that good on the first day. He failed over and over and over before he got that way. So don't be afraid to fucking jump off of bridges trying to make this shit happen. You're gonna fail. Keep it up.
Yeah, look, Michael Jordan's my favorite example for that. Michael Jordan didn't make his junior high or freshman or high school team until his I think it was his junior year in high school.
Yeah, he grew like 7 inches or something.
Yeah. And then look, just because you're not making it like you would like to doesn't mean you won't in the end. I mean, there's always an opportunity if you just don't give up. You have to keep pushing, keep learning, keep bettering yourself, and that's the only way you're going to succeed.
That's with everything. The
Kobe's the
more
same
you
way.
do it, the better you get at it. Every
Yeah.
journey starts the first step type shit. The cattle sat around talking about, yeah, I could, but if he starts that day, he's going to be better off. It's never going to change.
Yeah. I think Dennis Rodman's the only example I can think of in history where someone that didn't bust their ass in practices and getting better was like the best at what he did. He would go to the bars, clubbing for 3 days straight, and not get a wink of sleep, and then come in and get 25 rebounds a game.
You understand that he would bust his ass for practice. He would be there running treadmills and shit at 6-8 hours after everybody else was gone.
Yep.
That's why he had never lost his win. He bust his ass fucking on that cardio bullshit.
Yep. You can party all day long, but working on bettering yourself.
Let me tell you, because I actually would see Dennis and Carmen Electra and Crowbar in Chicago when he was playing with the Bulls, and he did cardio at the club too. Like him and Carmen would get down on the dance floor, you know what I'm saying? Like they would cordon off a piece of the dance floor with this like movable bed so nobody could get close to him, because it's a superstar and Carmen Electra or whatever. And I'm like, please, they're just people. I mean, if you were to cut their arm, they would bleed just like me. I don't understand why people get so impressed with other people. Oh, you got a job that pays you a lot of money. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't mean I'm going to hang posters up on my wall. I'm not going to get boxer shorts with your face on it. You know what I mean? Like,
I hung Carmen Electra posters on my wall. I've several of them.
Well, that's a different. That's a different kind of worship there.
Exactly.
You know what's money in the bank for me? If a guy mind works different and he can touch and find a point that I didn't. For instance, what's his name? Here's the deal could make a video about Tuesday could make a video about James about the same shit, and they'll all hit on different points, right? I don't know where I was going with that, but
I know where you're going with it. Having differing views helps each other learn, see different perspectives.
Is that somebody?
Joe and I have a different view. Rogue and I have a different view. You there, Toe Daddy? Is that Toe?
Yeah, no, I let someone else up. Joko.
Was that Joe?
Watch.
Oh, Joko. Okay,
Hi,
cool.
Joko.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Can you hear us, Joko? I don't know if he's. Mike, check. Oh, yeah, it looks like he might be having issues. You're popping, pimp. Don't y'all got technical IT team or something over here, Toe?
No, I don't have no technical IT team. If it wasn't, if I didn't have technical issues, it wouldn't be my show. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of slip slide show you're running here, man?
One where we got people shooting pool at the pool hall, and
oh, that's groovy. That's pretty cool.
Here's my take on this whole
Has that been up there the whole time? I ain't even seen that damn pool.
So everybody has a different view. Everybody has a different opinion. But I think as a community, as a whole, the community has the duty to police itself.
I think two people talking or something.
Yeah.
Man.
Hang on.
Generally, we have the community polices itself, okay?
Yeah.
But you also have people that, again, you guys said have different views. My view is if I don't like somebody, I'm not going to watch it. Simple as that. They could be 100% right on some of the things they're saying. I just don't like the way they do it. That's my opinion, okay? My problem with what's going on right now is when certain people bring family in. When your family isn't involved in this movement or this community, and those people turn around and they want to bring your family into a community like this where we're frowned upon. with a lot of people. A lot of people just they're not they haven't woke up to the fact that there is serious problems in in government because they just want to turn a blind eye to it, and that's fine. That's their choice. But when you have people out in this community that turn around and bring your family into it, I got a problem with that. I don't care who you are. I don't care. You could be 1 million goddamn viewers. You could have 2 million viewers. I don't care if you have 10. When you start bringing family into it that has nothing to do with this community, that's a problem for me. And I think that should be something that should be addressed with everybody. Because you know what? Family's off limits.
Absolutely.
That's the one thing that's sacred, and it should be sacred. Your family should not have to suffer for what you do.
See
Well
a
said.
million of that, I agree with you. And I see a million of those lines cross every day. On YouTube, I got to fight 1,001 of those battles every day where I think someone's crossed the line. But not just that, man, everything, man. I have friends that do crazy shit that I never imagined I got to talk to them fucking about. Come on, man. Motherfucker, one of my buddies had a camera on his neighbor, and they did that shit for, I don't know, a year or two. And, they so involved in this nonsense. They had live cams on both of their filming, both their kids in the backyard type shit.
Yeah.
So Jamie said it right. He said, when a piece of shit exists, there are never rules. Let's see.
There you go. What?
There you
what?
go.
What?
When a piece of shit exists, there are never rules for them, hence them being a piece of shit.
Right. The
True
fuck
story,
on.
Jamie.
How much control? Jamie, good to see you, pal. Feel like I ain't seen you in forever too.
That's like saying that criminals are going to obey a law just because they made it a law. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
that
yes.
Yeah,
was an
let's
excellent
take
point
the
that
guns
Jamie
away.
brought up.
Take the guns away. It's going to stop the
Right,
criminals.
That'll
because-
straighten them up. That'll straighten them right up.
Right. All the felons won't be able to buy guns, even though
Yes.
they're not allowed to buy guns now.
Yes, they'll never pass the background check. Who the fuck's gonna get your check?
That's when you invest in the shirts with the target on the back.
Welcome to Chicago, right, Joe?
Yeah.
That's the question, was saying police our own. How would we do that? I mean, I don't understand how you're not going to be able to make somebody stop doing what they want to do.
Right.
Well,
That's a fact.
I think that by policing your own, I think that any reasonable person that sees something like that going on, any reasonable person, if they see that, they should be like, you know what, maybe this isn't the person for me. And if they're going to follow, they're going to follow. I mean, but at the end of the day, I mean, if the subs drop off, the money drops off, those people.
Then maybe
kinda
they'll
get the
hear
message.
better. They'll hear better. Yes, that's the way public should fucking work.
Yeah.
That's the way
And then that's what I mean by policing themselves.
Yes.
If people sit there and they see it for what it is, and they go,
Yes.
you know what, this isn't right. This isn't for
What
me.
I get, and I don't like get worried about, is people imposing their will. This is the way it should be. I don't know. I mean, I make my statement. I see nothing wrong with jumping off and stop watching them. But when you feel like you have to hurt them, right? I got to make a video about them. I got to show everybody how shitty they are. I don't know. You get into weird territory.
Well, I agree with that. I think that when you start going tit for tat, that's
Yeah.
a bigger issue. I mean, that's that pettiness that Rogue was talking about, and that's just human nature. But it's a matter. It's how you curb that. You know what I mean? Instead of going with that first instinct of, I got to get them back.
Yes, never
Take
do
that 5 minutes to step back and go, you know what? Is it worth it?
And never respond in their fashion. If it was tacky for them to do, you're probably gonna look tacky doing it. You can't go to explain everybody, oh, he deserved it because he did this. The same way he looks tacky doing it, you're gonna look tacky if you respond in kind. don't be an idiot, and both of y'all be out there looking stupid. If you gonna respond with your head. Find a better way.
I agree with that. I mean, there are other ways to respond with, even if you're not saying anything, you can respond without saying things. I mean, I
Whose
got to be
room are
honest
we
with you.
in? Toe?
I put
Did
I
you
put
read
a
that,
couple
Toe?
things. I put
What's
a
that?
couple things
Did you read
on
the sign? My man just held up on the bottom and said something like, "You mind if I restream?" or something like that.
No, I didn't read it. I'm sorry. I had my eyes away from the screen.
All right.
We got a band in there tonight. I couldn't even try to talk y'all in there if I wanted to.
But it was cool still just looking, man. It was great. I mean, we running our mouths. This is the best fucking looking thing on there since I cammed up.
Oh my goodness, you're crazy. Man.
Yeah, no, I was just asking, you mind if I stream to my audience?
Oh,
Huh?
I was just asking, so if you mind if I stream to my audience? Like,
I
I
don't
just didn't
care,
want
man.
to I just didn't want to do that without asking, man.
yes.
No, I don't care, man. Anybody can. If I let you up on panel and you want to stream this to your channel, go ahead.
Appreciate you, sir.
And that was good form asking, man. For asking first.
I was raised right.
Yeah.
Listen, folks, I'm going to hop out. Everybody have a great night. And take care of yourselves. Be safe, everyone.
John D, man, thanks
Good
for
night,
showing
John.
up, buddy.
Yeah,
Good
thanks,
to see
care.
you,
John. Good to
John.
see you, buddy.
Best of love to the baby Justice. You guys take care. Rogue, take care. Everyone on panel, be careful, stay safe, and I'll see you.
All right,
Evening.
John.
Man, that dude kind of like to me like a celebrity or something, right? John is like all ever present and all of that shit, bro.
Right.
Friendly as fuck, all that. He kind of like legend in these streets.
Absolutely.
He's everywhere. Yeah, he's every fucking
He's a
way.
good guy. He's a good guy too. Good guy.
Yeah,
You know,
always.
there's a lot of good people in the community, but with any community, there's there's going to be bad people as well.
Oh, wake up, America.
Yeah, there's going to be people that don't, do things what most of us, or maybe some of us think is the right
Yes.
way to do it, or whatever have you not. So, people just need to be aware. If people are fighting amongst themselves and being petty, then that they're not about what you're about. If you're about changing and making the world a better place and expanding our rights, right?
Because, you can only fuck with them in certain capacities. They
right.
you know what they're good for and what they're not good for.
Well, I guess, and my thing
they're
too.
showing you.
Yeah.
My thing too on that is now that I'm, I've even thought about this whole topic a little bit more, is that when you go out there and make videos about, let's say, another auditor, right?
Yeah.
Or another cop watcher, all you're doing is shining a light on that and making more people that didn't know go over there and subscribe. So you're not hurting them. Yeah. You're not hurting them one bit. You're giving them nothing but more subscribers and more clicks, more views. If you really want to hurt that channel, just unsubscribe. And if everybody would do that and unsubscribe to the people that they morally think are wrong or something to that effect, that person won't have subscribers. And if they're not
logical.
in it for the right reasons, what are they going to do? They're just going to quit doing it, right?
Sounds logical to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, because a lot of people are camera hungry too. A lot of people are they want the popularity, or they want that feeling of that. And sort of like the Hollywood syndrome I was talking about earlier, how people get all fussy about Carmen Electra and Dennis Rodman, and I'm over here thinking, hey, this is just some dude that has a little bit more, a lot more money, but when it's about money, that's what you make it about. You know what I mean? But to me, he's just another dude. But he's got some funky colored hair.
Hey man,
his chick
listen, Rogue.
Not that great. My chick was better that night.
Rogue, I thought all that stuff, like you said, until the day that I met Joe Cool. And then I knew I hit the big time. I was just like, yeah, that day, this June, back in Toledo, Ohio, when I met Joe Cool, I was just like, holy shit. I done
You
made it to the big
stupid,
time.
Joe. You stupid, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, you know,
Yeah, that was
crazy.
exactly the same for me when I met Toe for Life.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
I made the big time.
No, you made the big time because you got to meet NC Tyrant Hunter. It had nothing to do with me.
Hey,
Well, that was pretty nice
Well, you
too.
see, you know, and that, and I have to say, unfortunately, sometimes people have said, you know, stuff when they met me, and I
my
tell
internet
people,
shitty.
I'm like, look, I'll book a couple of years ago.
No, Rogue was going in and out there for a second.
You know, I mean, we're all people. We can all do exactly the same things. Can you hear me now?
Right. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, and it's, you know, I mean,
Can you hear me now?
I
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
hear
my internet. I switched to data. I thought it was my internet.
I met, you know what? Look, I came into this and everybody, I mean, most of the people in here have heard this story. I came into this, I was just a supporter. And then I started doing live panels with a couple people. And then, you know, me and Road Dogs Media, we started the Road and Toe show. And then I got to know more people and I got to meet more people. And then I actually went out there with a camera. And after I went out there with a camera, I met, you know, I ended up getting to meet NC Tyrant Hunter. I got to meet Carolina Fort Worth, Harvey
Very
Freeberg.
good. Man, I love all them niggas.
Oh, geez. Foul mouth veteran. Yeah. I'm sorry. I got distracted there for a second. Joe Cool, freaking media, Wolverine Transparency. You know what I'm saying? Great Lakes Audits, of course, my buddy. Great Lakes. Big Man Audits, you know what I'm saying? All these people, man. And it's just like, man, like I never even would have thought 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when I just started watching videos and watching you guys, that I would meet all these people. You know what I mean? Like I just thought, oh, these are YouTubers and they're cool and, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Hey, well, since you've met a few people, tell me, doesn't it seem like, at least to some degree, that friendship that you formed on YouTube, it translates when you meet that person in real life? Everybody talking about that ain't your friend, that's YouTube, blah, 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 that's superficial. It translates when you meet her. My knowing you was already there because of the relationship that we had on here. We didn't have to. That was my first time meeting Wolverine that day. And we immediately moved in. It was because all that other shit had been worked out on the internet.
Right.
It's so to
you,
be.
You remember what Wolverine said to me? Remember that?
Yes, wait, I forgot, but I remember we were talking about something. I remember.
Yeah, I remember because, you know, like a month before I came to Ohio, when I came home, he had said on his live panel that me and Pink Taco were the same person and that I was a snitch and all this shit, right? So that's kind of why, and Great Lakes is going to laugh, but Great Lakes was in on it. That's why he called you guys down there and he didn't tell you guys that I was there, right? That me and Jody FJ was there, right?
Yeah.
And so Great Lakes did that, and then you know, oh man, you know, that shit that was just YouTube. That's what Wolverine said. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't mad at him.
Shit was.
Yeah, and I wasn't mad at him. You know what I mean?
Yes,
it was all, you know, whatever.
Hey,
he thought one thing. He called me a snitch. I didn't get all mad about it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Is that Joko?
That is. What was that? What was that? Oh, he's on really high. I can't see shit.
Great Lakes. Just.
I just heard a chick talking. I thought.
It's A-John.
There's two of us.
Oh, it's A-John. It's A-John talking.
I'm sorry, I'm sick.
We got the cops looking twice now after we both been out there.
All right, guys, I got to bounce out of here. My wife's asking me to come down and hang out with her for a few. A little stressed about the sentencing from today. So I'll talk to you guys about all that on prior tomorrow. I'll be putting out something about my sentencing from today.
All right, pimp.
All right, Great
Appreciate
Lakes.
you guys. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me here. Thanks for letting me hang.
Bye, Great Lakes.
Bye, everybody.
Later, bro.
Later, buddy.
Are you guys hearing that in the background? Just let me know if the background takes over.
Hold on, I'm zooming in. I don't know who the fuck talking. I don't know what's going on.
That's me, Toe, dude.
Yes, I hear. Oh,
You
that's
know my
you
voice.
talking.
Come on, you don't know my
Yes, we
voice
hear
by
the-
now, Joe.
I'm really high, bro. I've been smoking all day. Yes, I think that's your background. We hear it sounds like some. Yes, this is crazy. Muffled. Whoa, underwater. Something.
No, the underwater is Joko. That ain't me.
I can't really see. I'm super. Oh, okay. I'm like when I get high, I can't see shit, man. I don't know.
There's two of us.
There's two of them. You gotta watch Joko. He's got a doppelganger.
Me and my twin.
I'm too high for that, man. I don't need to see that shit. You breaking my brain.
Yeah, you got it, buddy.
You know, you want to know.
Good shit.
So, feeding in on our conversation of the night, another thing I wanted to bring up is that, you know, like all these people that they out here in the community, they're always like, "Oh, I seen you over."
Joko, excuse me, Joko. If that is your background, can you mute it when you're not talking? Cause it's difficult to hear talk. Somebody sound like that music playing or something.
Yeah, it's Joko. Joko. He's the only one that's unmuted. Me,
I'm
you, and him.
on the side.
All right.
There it
All
goes.
right. Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
So anyways, what I was saying is like all these people in the community, not only are they attacking other auditors, they're you got like people saying, "Oh man, I seen you over in such and such's chat, and I can't believe you're over there, man, and you ain't I'm not talking to you no more, and I'm unsubscribing, man." Like, are we in high school, Joe?
Yeah.
Again?
Right.
Like what is this shit? Like, you know what? If I'm in
might
someone
be
else's
giving
chat,
too much credit. 8th grade, 7th grade, right?
Like,
Not even high school yet. Yeah.
I don't even get it, man. But then everybody's like, "Oh," and then you see that same person in a thing going, "Oh man, freedom of speech and I want my freedoms and give me my freedoms and thanks for fighting for my freedoms." Well, I mean, you don't want anybody else to have freedoms because they don't go by what you want them to do, but
right.
you want freedoms, right? Like I don't get it, man. It's just it boggles my mind.
I spend my time trying to find a way to craft that message to tell them. And hold on, excuse me.
Go ahead. Oh, he muted. I thought he was doing something else. I mean, what do you? I don't know, man.
I can talk about that a little bit, I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
I think it's ridiculous, absolutely, that people won't talk to you if you talk to somebody else. I mean, who wants to be put in that position of having to choose between people that you have come to think of as friends? It is very high school or less, middle school. And I'm not going to let somebody decide that for me.
Right. Like I talk to a lot of people, and I talk to a lot of people that people probably on this panel don't like, but I still talk to them. You know what I mean? I've actually had like people that I actually thought were my friends, like quit talking to me because I talked to somebody else out here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, are you serious? Like, you obviously weren't my friend from the beginning. So
right. Exactly.
It doesn't even make sense.
And if you like the person. It's funny when you say that they saw you in so and so's chat. Well, if they saw you in so and so's chat, they were in there too.
Oh, look at that.
They might not have been talking, but they were lurking.
Exactly.
Maybe, they're just going over there to see who's in the chat of someone that they don't like.
Hang on, let me pull this up real quick. See what he's saying. They made the choice easy. Yeah, man, good point. Fuck 'em.
Oh, yeah. Mic drop.
Right. Yeah, I lurk everywhere. When a channel will block someone for stupid reasons. Now that's a good point. Oh, God, John. Yes, electrical ventures are going to go on soon enough, man. I just been busy, brother. We'll block somebody. Okay, so I like to touch on that because I seen somebody today. As a matter of fact, I was watching a live. Let me see your far lap. You know the gig.
Shake your booty.
Oh, that's definitely far lap. So I seen actually in a chat today where the channel owner told one of their mods to time somebody out because I didn't see what the person was saying, but obviously they were saying something. And that's a good thing to let's touch on. Everybody says free speech, 1A and all that. But in my chat, I'll give you a certain amount of free speech. But I mean, if you start disrupting my chat to where it's disruptive to my chat, I'm gonna have you deuced out. Plain and simple, end of story. But this is my channel. Yeah, that's what you get. You get tyrant. And that's what I heard about this person's channel today. And I'm just like, no, they're not a tyrant. They just don't want that disruption in their chat. And that's why you have mods you don't have mods just to drop links. You have mods to watch your chat. And if someone's being disruptive, to do some the fuck out, right? So
that's disorderly conduct.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If they're disrupting your chat, it's disorderly conduct. Right?
Especially if you're in the middle of a live cop watch or live audit.
Yeah. Period. You can't go to NBC and fuck up the Dukes of Hazzard or something. You go fuck up their production, man. You can't fuck up mine. I'm not gonna let you fuck up mine either.
Right. But everybody, and you'll see these, and it's usually from like the frauditing community, all them fucking people over there. They'll be the first ones to say, they'll be the first ones. I thought there was free speech. I thought I had free speech. Not my fucking chat. You ain't got free speech. You got the speech that Toe for Life allows you to have, motherfucker. That's it. End of story.
Yeah.
You want free speech? Go outside your house, stand on the sidewalk, and talk.
Yes.
What the fuck you want?
When they give me that argument, I tell them, really? So can I go in your house and call your kid and your wife all sorts of bad names and call free speech? No, shit doesn't hold.
You might not make it out.
Joe's chat room is a limited forum.
That's right. It's my limited public forum. And if Farlap, Heather, and Ajot don't like you, they'll douche your ass out. See you.
It's even more restricted, more limited public.
I mean, for me, it's just, no racial stuff and no doxing. I mean,
Pretty much two rules that damn near every room keep those. They might have 3, 5, 7, but those two seem to exist in every room.
Right.
And so they should.
I mean, I've seen lives where the chat, like there's been two people, battling it out in chat because they're beef or whatever. I mean, if the whole chat is feeding onto that, then they're really not interested in what you're doing, your video. So it's kind of, I mean, to me, there's no point in throwing that person out. But what?
I'm not sure if y'all can hear me over them, but it's crazy to hear some of the things I've heard tonight while I was shooting somebody here today. It is like motherfucking Lord of the Flies, and everybody takes turns being piggy.
That's funny. Oink oink, baby.
I forgot who
Tommy said it right there too. Every channel owner is different. Every channel owner,
Right, and every auditor has their own style. I mean,
Yes.
Be pretty fucked up if everybody was the same.
Yeah, it'd be pretty boring, right?
Yeah, and everybody's got their own tolerance level.
I wish everybody was a lot more tolerant, man. I swear. It's much easier if you can talk to people direct without beating around the bush all the fucking time.
don't beat around the bush. Just, I mean, that's just all there is.
Joko, it almost sounds like you got like water or like music playing in the background, and it really comes in really loud too.
It's water. It sounds like he's underwater.
Are you next to a fan or an AC unit?
Train running through town.
Yeah, as soon as you mic up, man, it goes. We all hear it. That's what Joko was talking about. Oh shit! Is Nat in here? Nat, what up?
Hey, Nat.
Ain't seen Nat in a minute.
I haven't either.
Anybody got anything other points they want to touch on tonight? I mean, come on now. I think I got all my frustrations off my chest that I wanted to talk about.
We could.
My frustrations get taken out a different way.
Just as long as you're not touching my point.
I was gonna go there.
And you know,
I thought Farlap would be the one to go there.
Right.
See, and you know what? I'll give Tommy. Tommy's probably, he says he's banned thousands out of SGB, and I can almost believe that, man. Because
You said I've banned thousands.
Yes, like people hate on SGB, man, and he does his thing. You know what I mean? Like he's been out here for a long time doing his thing.
He's a great example of what we were just talking about. A person who has their own style. If you don't like it, leave it alone. Personally, I dig SGB. I even get the part about fucking with the average motherfucker. He's mostly trolling, and then the cop interaction. I don't know. I think you can learn a lot from him.
He was one of the first.
Anybody that's around here, like if you're doing this shit still, and you've been doing it for a minute, you're not dealing with the same people that you started with. Because the crew that I like really discovered this kind of shit. Yeah. I always have heart for them, and I always cut for them. But it got to a point where they believe in shit that I can't back up. They say shit out loud on here that I can't back. But they're still my people,
Right.
Okay. I thought you were talking about out there in the street. You're talking about they do something and you can't back it. Watching it.
I can't. They say something and I can't be seen sitting next to that.
Do you mean literally? Why do I keep thinking you're talking about on the street? Maybe.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah.
You're talking about out there on the streets with him.
Yeah. I mean, I knew him. Yeah. I mean, it's yeah.
Well, but I got you. I understand where you're going, but you ever do a big audit, Joe, with like 8-10 motherfuckers? And just because you out there with a bunch of motherfuckers don't mean you back them, man. If a motherfucker assume you do, that's on them. You go out there with a motherfucker furry of silence boy, they mace a motherfucker in the face. You be you. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. That's my opinion.
Always.
Yeah, I don't fucking I've been out with every motherfucker, man. Fuck that shit. Oh, how you gonna go out with Giles? How you gonna go out with so and so? Fuck that.
Nah, I always kept for them. They were there for me in a bad time, but I just can't be seen. I just can't sit next to that.
Which are you talking about SGB? Which is that cat?
Joe Cool LBG is a supporter. He's not an activist, but he's a supporter.
No.
All right. Well, thank you. All right. Well, that helps me a lot, man. I thought you was out there on the streets and you going next to so and so. All right.
I'm a fucking skateboarder. I know better than to put a fucking camera in a cop's face.
All right. I take back everything I was saying, bro. Don't take nothing I said. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about that.
As a skateboarder from Houston, Texas, I'm fucking
as a supporter.
I'm gonna
As a
take him and go
supporter, that
pop
is
his
your
cherry.
job. By the way, that as a supporter, that is your job to let me know what you like in an auditor and what you dislike. I think you're doing it right now that I know that you're a supporter. I'm sorry, AJ.
You're good. I was saying that I'm gonna go and meet up with him and take him out to pop his cherry. We'll go pop watching.
Man, Toad, come
Got a
in here.
motherfucker behind you. 'Cause I'm telling you, been skateboarding downtown for a long time, so it's probably like, sorry, dumbass. Sorry,
All
Officer
right,
Dumbass.
Rogue's having signal problems. He said he's going to bounce out.
That's
Okay.
Rogue.
Have a good
All right.
evening, Major.
Good night,
Thanks,
All
Rose.
right, that's a good cue for me, man. I'm neglecting my wife and my work, man.
Oops.
Oh, did Joe just say wife? What?
Yeah,
Thanks,
what?
guys. I'll see you later.
All
Later,
right, Rogue,
cat.
man. Thanks for coming, Joe. You too, brother.
Easy.
Toodles, bitches.
What's up, Farlap? How's it going over there in New Zealand?
All right, it's been we had a cyclone hit us fucking 2 days ago. So
Oh, damn.
I'm gonna hop down. I'm gonna use my Apple Pay. I'll be right back.
Okay.
yeah, so we're just getting through the tail end of the cyclone at the moment. So we've got lots of rain. Yesterday we had lots of wind where camper vans were actually getting blown up off their wheels and coming back down on the ground. Roads are shut everywhere. But yeah, it's going away. Should be fine for about a day and a half, and then there's another huge storm out in the Tasman Ocean that's going to come and bash us to death as well.
Hmm.
So it's about the same time last year. We got 9 months of rain.
It's been a rough year.
Yeah, we just stopped having 2 months of rain, and now we've got rain again. So whether or not it keeps going for another 9 months, who knows?
Buckle your knickers up.
Mate, I'll just stay in the loader and keep driving.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait. Oh, dang. Hold on. My bad.
Rookie.
Whatever.
Yeah, Outlaw. That was about 4 clips I put together that were around this area where all the wild weather was going nuts.
Some people are like glow sticks to me. I just want to snap them and shake the shit out of them until the lights come on. You feel me? Some people are like to me.
Lemmy, I don't know whose chat you're in, man. Do me a favor. Don't put that in my chat for sure. Yeah, that's it. You're giving people to go over there and give them clicks and views and watch his videos, bro.
You're welcome, Dippin. Thanks for stopping. Bye.
Just beat me, Heather.
Would you guys play in poker? Or is it Matt R came in and said something about poker?
I think him and Tracy are over there.
Oh.
Poker face, poker face.
I know, man. I haven't played a game of poker, man, in weeks now.
I know.
He said, I know.
I get a message every day. Come play poker. Come play poker.
Yeah, I get them. I get the emails that are saying tournament is starting and blah, 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 man. I'm like, some bitch, man.
Well, I only got about 4 hours sleep last night, so I'm not playing.
Oh, I do got a question. Unindoctrinated. Are you there?
I'm here.
Did I just pop your cherry tonight on my panel?
You did.
On StreamYard?
I've never been on a panel before.
No. I popped your cherry. Just
Well,
because
yeah.
you asked permission doesn't mean that I didn't pop
See ya,
it.
Tommy.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Your First Amendment. Listen, look, we just talked about this, Lemmy. I post what I want. First Amendment, yeah. And my freedom to ban you. That's my First Amendment. And I'm just playing. I wouldn't do that to you.
Yes, he would. Yeah, I would.
So yeah, I'm sorry. It was A Gots who popped your cherry. This was all her idea to get her bestie up here.
I like that better.
Oh,
I do it better.
damn.
I don't know. I got a lot of them under my belt. I'm just saying.
That doesn't mean that you can do it well. I'm just saying.
She came, she saw. I'm just saying.
And she left.
Wow, this panel just took a turn.
See the shirt I got on?
Yeah, your Tyrant Hunter shirt. Love
Yeah, I
it.
got it.
Is it cold there still?
I don't know. 22 centigrade. What's that?
Good night, Claiborne.
Night, Claiborne.
You know,
Nat said, "Bam."
71 Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Bam.
See ya, Claiborne.
Take that, motherfucker.
Take that.
I'm kind of upset. My buddy Jeff, I called my buddy Jeff today, and he didn't call me back.
oh,
Shit happens.
Yeah.
He'll probably call you back at like 5 o'clock in the morning when he gets
No,
up.
he knows better. He knows better. He knows I ain't gonna be awake. He usually waits till about 9 a.m. and then he'll ring me, and he'd be like, "You up? You at work yet?
Oh,
I know your
he's
ass ain't
sick,
at
Nat.
work."
Nat said he's sick.
Yeah, he told me he was sick.
Oh,
good night, Heather. Yeah, I need to go
Yeah,
do mommy duties.
yeah.
night,
I'm gonna
Heather.
probably close
I
this
need
thing
to catch
down
up
here
with you.
shortly.
Send him our love, Nat.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna close this down, you guys. I do want to say this. Listen, if you don't like what someone else is doing, a channel, you don't have to make videos about them. Just unsubscribe, man. It's that
And
easy.
move on.
Yeah, like we need to stay focused on what we're here for, or what we say we're here for, man, and quit being focused on trying to bash somebody. It's not a good look.
Well, and see, for me, I'm like, please hit the like or dislike. But if you hit the dislike, I ask you to tell me why you disliked it, right? What can I do better in your opinion, or how can I, because, truth be told, was talking about exposure. It doesn't matter how much we expose if we don't have people watching it, right? So, and I think that's where the different styles come into play. Some people like the full throttle. Some people like the other people. And then some people like me who don't know what the hell they're doing. They know their rights, but they're just, I commentary through my stuff because I get nervous. And so you'll hear me hum through my stuff. But I just, it's just, there's a cause that I'm standing up for, and that's my purpose. Everybody has a different way to get there. We just need to get there together. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Anyway, I'm going to.
I agree.
So you guys know how we do this. I appreciate everybody for coming in. It was a great show. Rogue Nation, Joe Cool, Great Lakes Audits, Joe Co, LSG, who else? Far Lab, Unindoctrinated. Thank you guys all for showing up. You guys are awesome.
John D.
John Denicola, yeah. And I need to shave. Yes, I need to shave. You know, that's kind of why I was off camera most of the time. But you know how we do this. It was a great night, great show. I love you guys. Without you guys, I wouldn't be out here doing this. I am Told for Life. That one over there or wherever, I don't know. That way, yeah. I got to do it the right way. Yeah, that way. That one there, that's my co-host and my love, Ajot, and my baby mama and all that. And we out this bitch, so toodles, bitches.
Toodles.
Shine bright up all night, we're never slowing down. Fall in love, drunk mistakes, we're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep